Hey, y'all probably already know, but I found out kind of late that Jose Arguelles passed last month on the 23rd. Actually, he passed the same time in which he was born, 6:10 a.m. I don't know what that means astrologically, so I'll try and get back to y'all. But yeah, I really wish I could have met him. I mean, I hope Ashani gave him my paper once. Hopefully, he glimpsed at it. But she just wasn't. He wasn't meant to see the end of the calendar, nor was McKenna, like the two greatest guys who talk about this stuff. Now it's just us. Like we gotta we gotta man up and deal with it ourselves. Okay, and then we'll launch Time Ship Earth or whatever on the 2013 and just totally be astral projecting all the time. I don't know. No one knows the exact things that'll happen, but we do know the tendencies of what's already been increasing. You know what I mean? But anyway, yeah. Speaking of which, speaking of the afterlife, like I've been reading evidence of the afterlife, and I'm totally convinced that there is a external reality behind this physical one. Okay, an internal reality. It seems external. It seems like it's realer than this. Okay, but these experiences, the beings they meet during these near-death experiences, are exactly synchronistic to the DMT trips and Swedenborg's visitations to these heaven and hells. Okay, this is one of my profound new truths that I've discovered, that not only is the DMT trip the Swedenborg thing, but near death experiences in general are also saying you meet the same things, the same tunnel, the same walls, same relatives, mystical beings, and the same beautiful rooms and nature that's prettier than this physical one. What does it mean? Okay, I mean, these three things are one. Okay, and it takes an Aquarius like me to unify it. And Swedenborg was Aquarius rabbit like me anyway. It's the age of Aquarius. We're going to scientifically analyze the spiritual world that has been here throughout every age. Okay. But yeah, this book answered my question as to if blind people can have visualizations. During near-death experiences, they can. They do say that there is visual experiences that they never had when they were blind. So that kind of answers my DMT trip question on the other video. Hallelujah, right? And this one lady, her husband passed, but before he passed, she said, I want to know if there's an afterlife, so let's make a promise to each other that if one of us passes, we have to communicate a message back to you any way you can. So they chose a really random thing that only they would know. Yellow bubbles. Okay, and then a month afterwards, her sister, they were just hanging out together. Her sister just all of a sudden got an image of yellow. And then all of a sudden there was bubbles in the next room in her mind. And then she blinked and they weren't there. And then she was like, she heard a voice say, tell her, tell her. And she told her sister, she's like, I don't want to sound crazy, but yellow bubbles? And then the lady just freaked out because it was proof. Okay, that's just one case. I mean, this book is pretty amazing, okay? Who knows what the implications are? Alright, I'm just showing you what I got, okay? Anyway, in the Noetic Universe, the other book I'm reading by Dean Radin, it says that they did a test to see if believers of Psi would score higher Psi points than non-believers. And of course, they were higher by a chance of over 1 trillion to 1. Okay. The belief in it is the power. A skeptic doesn't experience synchronicities because their attitude isn't programmed to see it because they haven't seen shit yet. It's like, well, if I should see it anyway if I don't believe it. Actually, if you believe it more, it's believing is seeing, okay? I don't want to sound like a typical religious person, but this is statistical fact, okay? Okay. I really think that hardcore religious people and hardcore skeptics who are just totally on the wrong path have negative Neptune in their chart, like have a negative transits with their Neptune, because that's your spirituality. And I've just noticed a couple people have really negative transits who are over fundamentalists, specifically involving Neptune. But anyway, scientists teleported light the other day. Woohoo! Those Asian people know what they're doing. Okay, we're already in the Star Trek era. Okay, scientists teleport light. What's next? Interesting, huh? And also, the Egyptian hieroglyphics, I just noticed, I saw some fucking UFOs on it. I never knew they were in the Egyptian hieroglyphics. I was only looking at Sumerian. but there's a bloody green-eyed, big-eyed man and a bloody UFO. Oh shit. I think that makes a lot more sense, doesn't it? Alright, last but definitely not least, I've been reading about these different Mayan calendars, and there's one called the Belahab Balamtiku, and it's 468 years, and it began right when Cortez invaded Mexico, Guatemala in 1519. 52 years times 9 is 1987, the return, the end of the 9 hell cycle. My birth. Jose Argola says it's the race of galactic wizards returning. And Cortez and I have a triple conjunction of Uranus, Saturn, and Neptune. It's a very rare conjunction. You know, Dostoevsky, he almost had it. Lincoln had it, and a lot of people born around 1812. But anyway, what does the 1987 Quetzalcoatl return have to do with, the fucking Uranus, Neptune, Saturn conjunctions? Because we know a Katun in 7,200 days is every Jupiter-Saturn conjunction. So I think there's some other code that shows us something else. But anyway, peace.